much, Eric, for joining us this evening. Team, this is Eric Johnson. As you know, I have started using Teamzy, which is an incredible client relationship management system, just a couple of months ago. And it has really just helped me streamline what I'm doing every day. Such incredible, um, just great way to manage your time and productivity. So I'm so honored that Eric takes the time out of his busy schedule. He's the founder of Teamzy to speak with us on our call tonight, just to tell us a little bit more effectively utilize this incredible tool. So thank you, Eric.
Thank you so much. That was an awesome introduction. I'm excited to be here with you guys. I'm so excited to talk to you guys. Here's what we're going to do tonight. As Susan mentioned, my name is Eric Johnson, creator and CEO of Teamzy. Teamzy is a CRM specifically built for network marketers. I'll give you a little background on the company in a second, but we have a version of Teamzy custom made for Isagenix associates. So you guys are really going to love it. You're going to feel like it's really easy to move right in. What I want to do tonight is I'll show you how to set up Teamzy. It's very easy. I'll show you how you can get all your income producing activities done in much less than 1 hour a day. So you can be incredibly efficient and focused with your time. I'll also show you how to do that without being icky, without damaging relationships, without having to do anything that makes you feel uncomfortable, right? Because Teamzy is based on the philosophy and the system called relationship marketing. And you have to understand it's more than just a software to make you more efficient. It's actually an approach to doing business, a way to build a business with heart and integrity, where you never have to feel like you're going to turn people off with your business. So I'm going to teach you a little bit about relationship marketing first, and then I'll take you into Teamzy and I'll show you how it works. We'll set it up. We'll do a power hour together. We'll crush it. And then I'll do an open Q&A for you. Okay, so you can ask me anything that you want. All right, so let me just dive in real quick. I've got a little presentation. We'll start with this. So this is what I want to talk to you about first, how to leverage relationship marketing to become a power hour boss. And what I mean by power hour boss is, again, that you can do this business. You can build a massive business in just an hour a day of focused time. How many of you, that's about all you can scrounge up anyways? If you're anything like me. Okay, wait, let me just take a second. I'm just going to make sure we're all muted real quick. Okay, great. All right, so a little bit of background on me. For those of you who haven't met me, I don't think many of you have. My background is in professional business coaching and consulting. I've been a consultant for 16 years, helping people build their business, teaching them how to systemize their relationships in such a way they can create a business that's actually fun and predictable and strong and powerful. So I've been doing that. And I just kind of fell into network marketing by accident. It was a total accident. I found some products that really helped me. I lost 62 pounds. Some of you guys can relate to that because I know that's the business you guys are in, is helping people get healthy. And it changed my life. And I was just excited in sharing products. I didn't really think about the business opportunity that was associated with it. But my wife, who is the smart one, told me, hey, honey, check this out. I mean, you're telling everybody about this. You should be getting paid for it. And so I took a look at the business opportunity and I really thought, wow, this is a great opportunity for somebody to start kind of like a franchise without having to invest any money. I mean, minimal, right? And so I started looking at it from the perspective of somebody who helps other people build businesses. I knew at the time I had a full-time career. I have 4 kids. I only had maybe an hour a day. So the first thing I started looking for were tools that would help me leverage my time so that I could get everything done that I knew I needed to do in that 1 hour. And so long story short, that's why Teamzy exists, because honestly, even with 35 million of us in this country working in direct sales, there was no tools, at least nothing good, nothing easy to use. So that's how we ended up building Teamzy. Just a little background on Teamzy. We've been in business just over 3 years. We have had more than 80,000 network marketers use Teamzy, which is pretty amazing and humbling. And our active users right now are averaging 21 new customers and 9 recruits over 90 days. That's kind of the average results for people using Teamzy. 21 new customers and 9 recruits over 90 days. That's pretty solid. And I'm sure that a lot of you wouldn't mind having that multiplied over a year. All right, so let's talk about relationship marketing real quick. What is relationship marketing? Most people hear this term and they think that relationship marketing is just selling things to your friends. In fact, a lot of people say, I don't want to join your business because I don't want to sell stuff to my friends. They think that's what it is. But I want you guys to understand relationship marketing is actually an approach to business. It's a lead generation system. It's a lead generation system. And that's a system that initiates consumer interest or inquiry into the products or services of a business. You guys need to understand, as awesome as Isagenix products are, selling Isagenix products is not your business. You are business owners. You're in the lead generation business. You are in the lead generation business. The first decision you make as a business owner is, which lead generation system will I employ in my business? And you need to have that mindset shift, because no matter how busy you are signing up customers or adding people to your team, if you're not doing the activities that lead to new lead generation in your business, then you didn't build your business today. You were just busy. Does this make sense? Now, the good news is I'm going to teach you how to do it in 30 minutes a day, so it's all good. Here's the next principle I want you to get, though. Developing and deepening relationships is your paramount duty as a business owner. Developing and deepening relationships is your paramount duty as a business owner. In other words, your job is to generate leads so that you can build relationships with them. Does it make sense? Every other trainer in our industry is telling you to get leads so you can close a sale. Get leads so that you can create a recruit. I'm telling you, you want to get leads so you can build a relationship with them. Doesn't matter if they're interested right now in the business. You got a new person that you can build a relationship with, that's a win. Why? Because in relationship marketing, we turn relationships into advocates. We turn relationships into advocates by investing time and providing outstanding service. I want you guys to start thinking about people as your advocates, not just will they be a customer or will they join my team, but will this person be an advocate? Will they send people to me? Will they recommend people to my business? Okay, and they will if you do what I'm going to show you tonight. Okay, next principle. Hope you guys are taking notes. I'm going to throw a lot of stuff at you. Relationship marketing depends on trust. Relationship marketing depends on trust. In other words, if you're a jerk, this system ain't going to work. Okay, have you guys come across anybody in this business who's less than trustworthy in your opinion? Unfortunately, you probably all have. And if you haven't, your friends and family have, which is why sometimes they're skeptical about what you're doing. But I want you guys to know this system that I'm going to teach you tonight, it depends on trust. Everything you do matters. And you can't do anything that erodes trust, which means a lot of the things, the techniques and tactics that are being taught right now out there, you won't want to do with relationship marketing because they're a little bit tricky and people won't trust you when you do that stuff. But here's the good news. Relationship marketing with trust makes the work fun. Trust makes the work fun. If somebody trusts you, even just a little bit, you don't have to convince them or sell them. You can get right to helping them. Also, trust takes the ickiness out of the sales process. No more feeling like an icky salesperson. You build trust, you don't have to worry about that. And then you get to go for yes. When you build trust, you get to go for yes. It's not a matter of whether or not they'll say no and reject you or reject your offer. It's a matter of when they'll say yes as you build the relationship. So how do you build trust? I'll teach you tonight the 4 essential ingredients to building trust, okay? Here they are quickly, and then I'll break them out for you. Number 1, chemistry. Chemistry. Number 2 is character. Character. Number 3 is competence. Okay, competence. And number 4 is consistency. The 4 essential ingredients to building trust: chemistry, character, competence, consistency. Okay. So let's talk about chemistry. Chemistry is where you have common ground with someone. What is it about you they can relate to? Okay, chemistry is where you have common ground with someone. What is it about you they can relate to? The easiest way I can describe this is nobody wants to do business with somebody that they don't like, right? And we prefer to do business with people we feel are friends. So take a minute, find out what you have in common with people. I feel like, because we live our lives on social media, right? As social marketers. I feel like so much that's happening on social media is about what we don't like about each other, about what's different about us. As business owners, your mission is to find what you have in common with other people. Okay, figure it out. Because what you have can help everybody, no matter what their opinions are on things. True? Okay, number 2 is character. Character is when you demonstrate how much you care and that you're relatable. Character is when you demonstrate how much you care and that you are relatable. I want you guys to notice something about this definition. you don't have character. Character is something you do. Character is an action you take. It's a way you live. We think of character as something we own, but it's not. It's an action. And sometimes we'll get offended if someone questions our character or questions our integrity. And I want you guys to understand that it's your job to constantly demonstrate your character. This is your marketing plan, demonstrating your character. It's in the way you take care of your customers. It's in the way you represent yourself on social media. It's in the way that you follow through when you say you're going to. It's in the way that you return the shopping cart at the grocery store parking lot, right? It's in the way you don't lose your temper at people on the freeway or on the highway when you're driving. Like, everything that you do is building your business because it's creating your character and demonstrating it to the world. Make sense? Number 3 is competence. Competence is when you demonstrate you're good at what you do and you're a business person. Competence is when you demonstrate you're good at what you do and you're a business person. There's 2 pieces to this. First off, rewind 4 years ago. Here's a guy, me, who needs to lose a bunch of weight. Can you help me with this? How many of you could help me lose some weight? Are you competent enough with your products that I will trust you to help me? Can you explain to me what I need and why I need it and how it will help me? Are you competent? Now, if you're brand new, that's your job, is to learn, to absorb that information, to become an expert in that. And not just Isagenix products, but the competition and everything. You got to learn, you got to be competent, right? To know what's out there and to know why you have the best product. The second piece of this is, now that I'm in love with the products and I want to join the business, do I believe you are competent enough to mentor me in this business? Will I pick you to be my sponsor? And competence is something that has to be demonstrated over time. That's how it builds trust, right? You got to be demonstrating, hey, I know about this, or hey, I'm learning about this. I'm passionate about this, and celebrating what's going on in your business with your team and things like that. So people start to see that competence. Make sense? Now, let me just see real quick. Let me just jump out so I can see your faces. Hopefully you guys have your cameras on. How many of you anybody new? Let me see, anybody new to the business? Do we have any newbies on here? They're all the ones that didn't show up for the call tonight. Okay, but for new people, seriously, here's the thing I want you guys to know. You can tell that you're new people this. Do not fake your competence. Do not pretend to be competent when you're not. Okay? So you've probably heard people say, fake it till you make it, that type of thing. But with relationship marketing, depending on trust and it being so crucial, never fake anything. Always be real and authentic. Hey, I'm brand new. I don't really know this much, but I want you to know I'm learning so much from these amazing people on my team. They are so knowledgeable. They have so much experience. Tell their stories. Lean into the competence of your team. Okay? Just sell the competence of your team, your upline, the training program that's in place. Hey, the mentoring we're going to get when we come in, when you join me on this team together, we're going to grow this business together. Okay? They even bring the Teamzy guy in to train us. I mean, that's the level of commitment and love this team has for us. Lean into the competence of your team. A couple of you guys got that one. All right, let's jump back in here real quick. We're going to talk about, okay, so chemistry, character, competence. So far, the first 3 on how to build trust with people. There's a principle behind these, and then I'm going to jump into number 4. And here's the principle I want you to get. When somebody's going to do business with you, they really only care about 3 things. Can I trust you? Do you care about me? And are you good at what you do? Can I trust you? Do you care about me? And are you good at what you do? I call these questions of the heart. Everybody asks these questions, or they feel them. If you come up against objections in your business, all objections stem from these questions. How many of you have served somebody who truly trusts you and knows you're the real deal? And when it came time for them to get their Isagenix products, they were just like, just tell me which one to get. Here's my credit card. Have you guys experienced that? That's because that person understood these 3 things were true. Make sense? Now, your mission is to build relationships so that over time, many, many more people understand these things are true. Then you have a business that just explodes. Okay? So in the meantime, you'll have to be good at overcoming objections and things like that as you build relationships, but keep working on the relationship. Number 4, Essential ingredient to building trust, consistency. How important do you think it is to be consistent if you want people to trust you? Anybody have kids or grandkids? Well, with grandkids, you don't have to do anything. You just leave that all in your kids. But you get the idea. You got to be consistent. You got to be consistent. It's the most important thing. I love this principle about consistency. People respect consistency and desire it for themselves. People respect consistency and they desire it for themselves. Not only will people watch what you do and believe you, but they'll want to be around you because of it. It's so attractive. We all want to be more consistent. How many of you have had somebody tell you, oh my gosh, you're such an inspiration to me. I'm so inspired by what you're doing. And as humbling as it is for somebody to say that to you, 9 times out of 10, it's because they see you being consistent. They see you creating a lifestyle for yourself that's hard for most people. And that inspires them. People respect consistency and desire it for themselves. By the way, I'll recommend a book to you. This principle came from one of my favorite books. It's called Influence, the Psychology of Persuasion by Dr. Robert Cialdini. This is what the cover looks like. It's kind of considered a classic now. I guess I've had it a long time now. Really good. Add that to your personal development list. It's a great read. All right. So let's talk about this. How many of you consider yourselves pretty consistent? You take your products, you live the lifestyle. Let me see your hands. How about posting on social media? Anybody pretty consistent about sharing your story and your journey online? Good. The real checkup from the neck up is this question, the one that's on the screen right now. Are you as consistent with your relationships? Are you as consistent with your relationships? Are you as consistent about staying in touch with the people you know as you are about posting on social media, for example? This is so crucial, you guys, because relationship building is a contact sport, which means that you need to be in regular contact with people. You need to be in regular contact with people. If you hired me as a consultant in your business, I would tell you, look, this business is easy. Stay in regular touch with every single human being you know or have ever met in our meeting, and you'll do great. But I know your time is scarce. That's why you got to have a system, which I'm going to show you in a minute. All right, but here's the principle. I want you guys to understand this principle, and then we'll jump into Teamzy. Investing time and connecting with people is the only way to deepen relationships. Investing time and connecting with people is the only way to deepen relationships. Okay, did you guys get that one down? Just real quick, I got a quick example on this. How many of you have ever received a great card or letter from somebody you care about, and in that card or letter, there was a handwritten message that touched your heart and moved you emotionally? Let me see. Anybody ever have something like that? Hopefully everybody. If you've never received a card like that, please put your address in the chat so we can write you one. Everybody needs one like that. Just real quick question on it. Seriously though, it was just Father's Day yesterday, so I got some for my kids that were just absolutely gorgeous, beautiful cards, right? When you get a great card from somebody you care about, how many of you are able to immediately put it in the trash can? You know, Marie Kondo it. It was great. See you later. How many of you are able to throw those cards away? Let me see who has them saved somewhere. You've got a stash of cards that you've saved. Yeah, just about everybody saves these things. It's amazing because when we pass away, a lot of times our kids can't bear to part with them either, right? They're saved. I bet some of you probably have letters or cards from loved ones who've passed on that you treasure. Here's a little challenge for you tonight. Go into your stash, pull a card out at random and read it. I bet it will have an even stronger emotional impact than it did the first time you got it. These things have value that actually appreciates. Isn't that incredible? That's because, well, I'm going to give you another example. How about this? Have you ever received one of these? This is a happy birthday postcard. This one's from my life insurance salesperson. You get one of these ever from a dentist, or maybe your pet gets one from the vet, right? Do these go in this special place? Are these saved forever? Well, my kids use this happy birthday postcard from my life insurance salesperson as a bookmark in their Bible after I'm gone. What do you think? This doesn't have it. How many of you throw these away pretty much instantly? I actually have, I live in Southern California. Probably a lot of you are like me. You drive into your garage and it closes behind you. That's how you enter your home. How many of you guys enter your home like that? And you have next to where I get out of the car, we have a recycling bin, a trash can, and a shredder. that 2/3 of the mail doesn't even make it out of my garage. This is an example of something that doesn't make it out of the garage. What's the difference? The difference between this and the handwritten card is the principle I just taught you. This required no investment of time, 0. Time's the most valuable thing you have. When you invest a minute or two to write somebody a note and a card, that's undivided attention. It's so valuable, right? It's even more valuable if you perceive that person to be a busy person, isn't it? Wow, they took time out for me. It's the investment of time, and it's the personal connection. This is a bulk mailing. Doesn't even have my name on it. This is not personal. It required no time. It has little value. Personal connection, investment of time. People treasure it beyond anything else. Now, am I telling you need to be writing handwritten cards all day long to all your prospects and all of your team and all your customers? No. However, you should find reasons to do that as often as you can, because people will save them forever if you do a good job on it. If Susan said, I have this guy coming in, he's a marketing guru, he's going to teach you how to create marketing that people will never throw away, would you guys sign up for that class? Handwritten cards, that's the marketing that no one will ever throw away. So you can do that every once in a while. But here's what I want you to know. Connecting with somebody via Facebook message, Instagram direct message, text message, it can still have a strong impact. It's still a one-on-one personal connection. It still requires a little bit of your time. Now, using a system like Teamzy, like I'm going to show you, you're going to leverage your time in such a way that it's literally seconds, but that perceived investment is there, and it has the power to truly make people's day. And when you start building your business, and this is what I'm going to teach you tonight, when you start building a business based on making people's day, not only does it lift you up and it becomes really fun, but you get great results, and people love being part of your mission. All right, so let's jump in here and let's see. I think I'm done with this slideshow, and we'll jump into Teamzy. So that was the principle. If you didn't get it down, it was this: investing time and connecting with people is the only way to deepen relationships. And deepening relationships, remember, is the key to the business. All right, so here's the thing. You got to have a system. This just doesn't work if you're going to just kind of do your best to stay in touch with people. Okay, you got to have a way to stay in contact with all your relationships, all of them. I mean, I'll show you. Even the people you barely know are worth staying in contact with, because you could still create an advocate from them. But you need to know when to contact them. And in other words, when not to contact them. You just need a system that says, this is what you should do today. Know what you're going to say so that you can make their day and move on quickly without spending all day staring at your computer screen, reading all their social profiles, trying to think of the perfect messaging. You guys know who you are who do that. I did that too. And then make sure that you have a system so nobody falls through the cracks. Make sure that nobody falls through the cracks. This is the biggest problem in our industry, is that people are falling through the cracks in mass. I think about 80% of the people who are interested fall through the cracks. And I'll show you tonight how to avoid that in your own business. All right, so let's jump over. Let me show you Teamzy. Enough about that. Was that helpful though? You needed to have some of those principles. Okay. Let's see here. Is this Chrome? This is Chrome. All right, so here's my Teamzy dashboard. Okay. And this is the Isagenix custom tailored version for you guys. Now, first off, I want you guys to know this. You go to teamzy.com and you click on start trial. You can get a 30-day free trial of Teamzy. It's free, complete, full access for 30 days. Okay. And it says select my business. Make sure you get Isagenix, get the right one. Okay. 30 days free. We don't ask for your credit card. Nothing weird or wonky. I want you to fall in love on your own, get some great results, and then you can continue on with Teamzy once you got things moving. Okay, so let me get this. Oh, actually, I want to show you how to set this up. Let me just do this real quick. I've already dismissed this, so I'm going to bring it back up. So once you log into your free trial, it'll bring you into this setup wizard, which walks you through setup. This is for people like me who aren't super techie. How many of you aren't super techie? You're probably all better than I am. See, CRM, have you guys ever used a CRM in your work life? How many of you have had to use that? Usually it's like the most hated thing in the world, right? The CRM, because they're so complicated. So we wanted to build one that even I could use. So let me take you through this. There's a little video from me welcoming you. But the first thing you'll do here is you're going to set your income goal. Now, this is one of the things that Teamzy does really cool. You set how much income you'd like to be making in your business a year from now. And Teamzy will tell you immediately what you need to do daily to hit that goal. Okay? How many of you just wish you knew what to do in your business to build your business the way you want it? Now you know. So you can see I've set my goal at $150,000 a year. And then I need to connect with 9 prospects, 6 customers, and 4 associates on my team each day to hit that goal. Okay. If you want it to go higher, you notice the numbers go up. If you want it to go lower, they go down. Okay, so let's leave it at 150, because at 150, I can still do Teamzy in less than an hour a day. Okay, and hit 150 grand in a year. You ready? Let's hit continue. So then we're going to get your contacts into Teamzy. And there's some instructions here on how to do it. You know, you're going to want to go get your team out of your back office and put it in Teamzy, your customers, import them into Teamzy. One of the things I love about Teamzy is you can import your entire Facebook friends list in, so that you're not going through Facebook Messenger trying to stay on top of it. You can have them all in Teamzy organized. Here's like the instructions on how to do that. It's pretty cool. Okay. So once you get all those uploaded into Teamzy, you get all your contacts in one place, organized. No more chasing pads of paper you can't find, little scraps with people's information on it. You guys, some of you guys are laughing because you relate to that, right? Trying to find it. Oh my gosh, what's the person's name I met yesterday at the the trade show? What was her name? Oh my gosh, how many of you guys have done that? You're gonna have everybody in here in one place, and because it lives in the cloud, you can get it on your smartphone. You pull your phone out of your pocket or your purse. You meet somebody, let me just put you right in my system so I can stay in touch with you. Boom, boom, boom. It's in there, ready to go. Wouldn't that be great? Okay, so once we get all your contacts into Teamzy, and again, if you run into any trouble with any of that part, the setting it up, there's a help center right here on the left side, which has FAQs and videos and all kinds of stuff, right? But what I really want you to see is this little help button that circles around the bottom. You can click that anytime, just send a message to the team. They'll answer any question you have. You can also set up a one-on-one walkthrough via Zoom with our team. So for those of you who are like, I don't even know how to start with technology, just set up a one-on-one walkthrough. They'll walk you through the whole thing. If you're comfortable, they can even take control of your computer remotely and do all the imports for you from your computer. It's pretty cool. So you've got no excuse if you're not techie. We'll get through that part. Now that it's set up, you're ready to use it. Now there's one more step that I want to do for setup before we do our power hour. Let me just toggle over here on the left side nav. You see there's this team button. I'm going to click that. The team is everybody you know, like everybody's on your team. In relationship marketing, it's not just the people you've recruited. Your prospects are your team, your friends are your team, your family's your team, because they're going to all become advocates for your business. Okay. So we put them all on one page. This is like the CRM in Teamzy. The full list of everybody I know is here. Okay. I want you to notice that next to everybody's name is a number. Okay. And you can see on Maynard, it's already opened up. It shows me that's his star rank. We rank our relationships with a star ranking, like you're ranking a pizza on Yelp or a movie on Netflix. Okay, you guys understand how a 5-star system works. It's so crucial to actually rank your relationships, because you need to talk to some people more often than others. True? And what I want you guys to understand is it's the 80-20 rule. 80% of your business comes from 20% of your relationships. And so you need to talk to the top 20% first and more often. So the way we do it is this simple system. You can turn on this rank mode so that I can jam down my list quickly. Everybody that I put in Teamzy is going to come in as 3 stars automatically. And what I'm going to do is look for the people I really like, and I'm going to upgrade them up to 4s and 5s. I'm just going to pick those guys out as I scroll. Oh, I really like Willie. I'm going to put him up to 4. Okay. Now let me explain to you what these ranks mean. A 5-star person, that's somebody that you feel is most likely to become a customer or an associate on your team, right? Or they're already on your team. They're already a customer and they're just the rock stars. 5-star people are your best friends, your closest family, the people that you love the most. They show up on your list in Teamzy every 30 days. Every 30 days. They're coming up all the time to connect. The goal when they show up in Teamzy is just to connect, reach out and make their day. I want you guys to live in the make someone's day mindset. Not the make a sale mindset. This is the make someone's day mindset. You're going to reach out. I'll show you how to do it in a minute. You're just going to reach out to make them smile, right? And feel good about the fact that you reached out. A 4-star person, that's somebody that you think is likely to become a customer or an associate with a little bit of nurturing. These are your friends and family, just not your closest circle. 4-star people, they're going to be showing up every 60 days. Every 60 days. They just cycle through. You don't have to set a follow-up or anything. They're just automatically cycling through onto your list, okay? 3 stars, they could go either way. A 3-star person, you have no idea. Maybe you don't know them that well. They just show up on your list every 90 days. You just keep connecting every 90 days with your 3-star people. Remember, everybody, when you put them in Teamzy, they drop to 3-star automatically. Most of the people on your list will stay there. They'll just be 3-star people, which is great. You still talk to them 4 times a year. 2 stars are 120 days. Do you guys see how this works? More stars, more often. Now, once you've done this one time, you never have to set up, you never have to plan, you never have to think ever again. Teamzy automatically creates your list every single day for you and says, hey, here's who you can talk to today. Don't even think about it. Just connect with these people. This is who's up next in Teamzy. And because it's a system, you'll stay organized. Nobody will fall through the cracks. And people will be amazed at how consistent you are. Okay? So now that we've got it all set up, let's go ahead and do the power hour. I'll show you how to do this. So looking at the dashboard now on your screen, you can see, I'll just show you the quick thing real quick. Today's activities. See this little bar across the top? These are the goals we just set. So I've got a goal to connect with 9 prospects. This is my goals, my daily goals. This is what I'm going to do today. 9 prospects. I'm going to connect with 6 of my customers and 4 people on my team. Okay? We set those with our income goal. Now, these are kind of a default goal. We're going to invite 3 people. That's my goal, is to invite 3 people. So I'm going to connect over here with 19 people, start conversations. My goal is out of those conversations to uncover some interest and invite 3 people to learn about the products or the business. Okay? I'm not just cold inviting everybody I talk to, because that's gross and people hate that. True? They do. I'm going to talk to them first. Find out who's interested in learning more. I'm going to invite the people who are interested. The people who are like this, like, what are you doing? I'm going to talk to them. I'm going to connect with them for a while. I'm going to warm them up. We're going to build trust with them. Okay? They will get interested at some point. Trust me when you're working on this. So, and then the last goal is ads. These are just new people you're adding to Teamzy. New people you're meeting, putting in Teamzy. You need to always be adding people to your list. Maybe it's people you already know that you haven't thought of. Maybe you're meeting people online. Maybe you're meeting people at church, at the grocery store, whatever, putting them in Teamzy, okay? You have a goal to set people, get people in there every day. So those are my goals. Now, I'm going to jump down here to where it says Power Hour. See this Power Hour module? This makes it so easy, you guys. Now, I want you to know, I'm showing you this on desktop. We have a mobile website, works awesome on your mobile phone. So you can do all this from your phone too once you set up, okay? You don't have to live on a computer screen. You can do all this on your phone. But my Power Hour module is what helps me get my work done quickly and efficiently without having to think too much. The left side are my lists. I've got my prospects, my customers, my associates, and then my follow-ups. 4 lists on the left. Each list shows me 5 people at a time. That's on purpose. That keeps me from getting overwhelmed and it keeps me focused. I don't want you guys skipping all over your list. I want you just working down it, okay? On the right-hand side, I log the activity as I go, so I don't have to come back ever and do homework. Oh my gosh, who wants to go back and log stuff later? That's a drag, right? Let Teamzy lead you, and you use Teamzy to connect, and you log it as you go. Oh, I need to reach out to Becky today. I'm in line at Starbucks. Great. Pull out your phone and log it in Teamzy right there in line at Starbucks. Make sense? And it's done. There's no following up later, and then the next follow-up's already set for you. Okay, so let's go ahead and do this. I'll show you how to do it. So we're going to start on our left list first, prospects. The first person on my list is Susan. Okay, we're going to connect with her. This is where I used to get stuck. Oh my gosh, what am I going to say to her? We haven't talked since high school. She's going to think I'm weird. How many of you guys get stuck there sometimes? It's okay. We all did. And so what I used to do is I would read her page and try to figure out a way to connect with her, not sound weird. I don't want her to feel like I'm hitting on her. But, you know, like all these things, I would second guess myself. And the power hour would be over and I didn't connect with anybody. What you need are some quick icebreaker scripts just to make someone's day quickly. And seriously, you guys, over years, I've refined these things down. I have my 3 foolproof icebreaker scripts in Teamzy for you, ready for you to use. Look, right here where it says scripts. See right here in the middle? Click on that and you'll get my scripts library. Put a whole bunch of them in here for you. I'll just grab connect number 1. Look, this is the script. Hi, Jane. Just stopping by to say hello. How are you? I hope your day is awesome. It's so simple. Okay, there's 4 pieces to this that are so simple. It's all psychological. There's a greeting. It's not, I'm letting her know I'm just stopping by. There's nothing to be concerned or worried about. This isn't, this is just casual. And then I'm asking her how she's doing. I'm showing interest in her and hoping she'll respond. And then I'm expressing my wish that she has a great day. This is a make your day kind of script. So I'm going to copy that script. Now what I'll do is I'm just going to paste it into here so that I can edit it. I want to change the name, right, to the correct name. And I love putting a couple of emoticons in here. So let's just put a couple of little emoticons in. Make sure you put the right ones. So now I've got it just the way I want it. I'm going to now send her this message. Okay. So I'll just copy it. I'm going to send her, I'm going to use Facebook Messenger. That's how I end up connecting with people mostly, because the response rate is really great. Slow internet right now. That's a bummer. Okay, make sure you get the right one. So look, I'm going to send this message. Look how easy this is. Boom, sent, done. Now I'm just going to toggle back to Teamzy and log it. So that was a Facebook message. See the log connect button, the big blue button in the bottom right? That's how you log it. You just click that, done. Now look, I've got one done. So my circle's starting to fill in. I've got 8 left. The next person on my list is Jay. For Jay, I'm just going to use that same script and change the name. Why not? It works so great. Let's just change the name. I've already got the emoticons. It's ready to go. You guys see how easy this is? So fast. There she is. We're going to send her the message. Sent. Done. Log it in Teamzy. 2 done, 7 left. Willie's next. Do you see how quickly I can go through and send my, what was my goal, 9? I can send my 9 messages out in 5 minutes. Do you guys see how quick that is? Now, a couple of things I want to just give you a couple pro tips on this. The first is some people will respond right away. And don't run off having a conversation until you've got all of your power hour messages out, or else you'll get sidetracked. Okay, so just ignore those responses, as hard as that is, and just focus on getting all your outgoing messages done, because you'll get them done pretty quickly, 15, 20 minutes, seriously. Then you can have those conversations. The other people I want to mention are the people who don't respond at all. Some people will not respond at all. I don't want you to even think about those people. Normally what you do is go, why didn't they respond? Maybe I should send another follow-up. Maybe I should connect again. Don't worry about the people who don't respond at all. Why? Because they're in Teamzy, they're going to come back automatically. Okay? So let's say they were a 3-star. You message them, they don't respond. Don't even think about it. You're going to be so busy talking to the people who do. That person comes back automatically in 3 months. You message them again. Okay? Don't worry about it. You're going to be so busy. If you get a 50% response rate on these messages, you will be so busy talking to people, which is going to be awesome. That's what I want for you. Okay, that's what I want for you. I want you to be like, oh my gosh, Eric, I get messages all the time. I'm doing Teamzy and it's great, but I'm a little overwhelmed with all the people talking to me about my business. You're welcome. Okay, this is good. Look, most people are overwhelmed with worry. I want you to be overwhelmed with opportunity. It's a different kind of overwhelm. It's a good kind. Okay. All right, so I'm going to go down my list until I hit 9. That was my goal. Whatever your goal is, when you get there, this circle will be all the way blue and you'll be done with your prospects for the day. You just go to the next list. You might want to keep going because it's kind of addictive, but just go to the next list and start connecting now with customers. We do the same thing. We just want to reach out and stay in touch with our customers. You don't need your reach outs to your customers don't have to be like, did you know your order is shipping in 3 days? And would you like to add to your order? I mean, there's nothing wrong with that, but just saying, hey, how are you? I wanted to know if there's anything I can do to make your day today is totally perfect. Just stay in touch with your customers. It's so easy. So Charlene's on my list. Again, I've got some scripts in here that'll help you. Look, here's a great script. Hi, John, how are you enjoying the products? And then put in what he's getting. Send me an update. That may not be of help. Jane, you're doing so great. I'm so proud of you. Congratulations on losing 12 pounds. It's amazing. Do you see where I'm going with this? Just staying in touch with customers, you guys. Here's my favorite one. Just checking in to see if there's anything I can do to make your day. Okay, so again, just grab a script. You can modify it, get the name right. Okay, Charlene, boom. I'm gonna now look her up on Facebook or text, send the message, log it in Teamzy, okay, and move on to the next person. I'm gonna move down my list the same way. I'm gonna connect with my customers. If you have all your customers in Teamzy, you don't have to worry about when you connect with them. You just star rank them. and for how often you want to stay in touch, and just get in here every day and just connect. They're just going to come back automatically. You don't have to think. You'll just be in touch. Now, really quick on this before I move on to the next list. How many of you have heard how important it is to be prospecting all the time in your business? Prospecting, prospecting, prospecting. Of course, it is important, but I want you to understand that staying in touch with customers is as important as prospecting. It's as important. Okay? A couple magical things happen when you're in touch with your customers. First off, it's the right thing to do, right? It's good service. True? The second thing that happens is this, though. When you're in regular contact with customers, they order more products and they retain longer. Okay, I'm just going to say that again for you guys. When you're in regular contact with customers, they order more products and they retain longer. This is a statistical fact. Right now, I'm super excited for you, Susan, because you got 25 people on here tonight who are going to probably go do a free trial on Teamzy. Guess what that means? They'll be talking to customers, which means this month, team volume's going up. I've seen it go up 25, 30% 1 month after a training like this. Is it because like, oh my gosh, no, it's just a system. It's a system that helps you be in touch with your people. That's all it is. It's magical though. Now, real quick, show of hands, how many of you can think of at least one customer that's like awesome? Like, oh my gosh, I would need more customers like this person. How many of you guys have at least one like that? Do you know where to go get those people? Where do you go find more customers like that? Is there a special place does Isagenix have a special website that you guys can just go grab those people? Do they have them set up for you? No, they don't, right? The best place to get a customer, especially a great customer, is from your current customer, okay? The best source for a new customer is a current customer. I want you guys to understand this because everybody's teaching people, oh, it's all about the hashtags you're using on Instagram. It's all about this. Like, honestly, if you've got one customer, that's awesome. You've got what it takes to build a massive business. This is the way business has always been built. Look, I want you guys to understand 86% of North Americans make purchasing decisions based on Instagram hashtags. No, based on the recommendation of a friend. 86% of North Americans make their purchasing decisions based on the recommendation of a friend. You have customers right now who love Isagenix. What are they doing? They're telling everybody about it. That's what people do when they like something. We can't help it. It's like a positive Tourette syndrome. Like we have to tell everybody, oh my gosh, I'm doing this thing. It's amazing, right? We have to. So your customers right now are already talking to friends and family about Isagenix. I just want this to sink in on you guys. And 86% of them are likely to make that purchasing decision based on that recommendation. Now, somebody wrote, Tracy put word of mouth advertising. Yeah, word of mouth advertising. The problem is with word of mouth is that's you sitting around all day waiting for something to happen word of mouth. With relationship marketing, you're going to create those opportunities because by being in touch proactively with your customers, you can get them to introduce you to the people they're talking to. Don't ask your customers to please tell your friends and family about me. That's like tossing business cards out your window on the highway and hoping the right person catches it. Ask your customers who they care about, who needs more information about Isagenix. Becky, you're getting such amazing results. I'm sure you've told people about what you're doing. Is there anybody you care about that needs this, that I can get more information on? She says, oh my gosh, yeah, I was just talking to Danielle at work about it. Great. Could you introduce me to Danielle and I'll get her information on it and see if we can help her. Some of you are like, that seems so easy. It is easy. You just got to get your mind there. It's about connecting with your customers. That's the best place to find new customers. Once you have one customer, oh my gosh, you should be so excited. When you have somebody join your team and they get their first customer, you need to make a big deal out of that because now they have a business. The very first person who put their credit card into Teamzy, I told my wife, now we have a business. Somebody's given us money for this product. That means we can get thousands of people. Does it make sense? It's all about building trust. It's about serving people and finding out the people you're already helping, who they're talking to and getting introduced. All right, so I beat the drum enough on that one. Let's get back to Teamzy. So you're going to go down your customers, just stay in touch, just staying in touch. Look, you can't go to your customer and say, hey, introduce me to your friends if you haven't talked to them since their first order. they're going to be like, you're a jerk. You haven't talked to me since my first order. So just start getting in touch. Hey, it's been a while since I connected. How are you? Hope you're doing awesome. Do you have any big plans for the summer? What's going on? Talk to them. Okay. Reconnect. Next list are your associates. This is your team. Look, and if you don't have a big team yet, this part will be easy, but you need to be in touch one-on-one with your team. Okay. Having a Facebook group is great. Doing live Zoom calls and trainings is great. People need to hear from you one-on-one, especially as you become more successful and your team grows. It becomes more valuable. It becomes more valuable. That's why we built Teamzy, to help you do this. Now, you know, I've got friends who have 50, 60,000 people on their team. You know, Teamzy's not designed to help you stay in touch with 50,000, but you can get all the leaders on your team in there. You can get all of your personally sponsored people in there. Does this make sense? So you can build those relationships. I just want you guys to know, without going too deep into this, we think that people are money motivated. How many of you think that people are money motivated? We think that people are all about themselves, self-interested, right? All about taking care of themselves. In fact, I think in this country, how many of you do we have any, is everyone here US, or do we have some people coming in from elsewhere too? Mostly US people? Well, I'm gonna get, if we have Canadians in here, you're just gonna, I think you guys kind of apply too, because we have all these cultural things the same. But especially in the United States, we've been taught that people are money motivated and they're individualistic. That's kind of like the biggest lie we've been fed. It's not true. They've done every social science study that they've done on people in the workplace and what motivates people to work harder, what drives people to perform. It's not money, and it's not their own personal interest. People work hard for relationship when they feel connected to the people they work with. Isn't that amazing? And people are happiest when they feel they're contributing to helping others, not themselves. So give people an opportunity to be part of something bigger than themselves, this team, this community, this culture, and help them be connected to you as the leader. Does it make sense? It's so huge. There's one other big motivator, though, by the way, for productivity in the workplace, and that is status. Why do you think Isagenix has the ribbons and the pins and the awards, and right? They've got that figured out, status. So status, connection, and helping others. That's what motivates us. All right. So prospects, customers, associates. Honestly, in this goal, my goal was $150,000 a year income level. That has me connecting with 19 people total. I could do that in 15, 20 minutes in Teamzy. Now, let's say it takes you 30 minutes because you're new. You've now got those out. What do you do for the next, what's the rest of your power hour look like? The second half of the power hour is working your follow-ups list, okay? We put people on the follow, notice there's nobody there. You have to actually move people over to the follow-ups list. This is where you move them when they're interested. So your follow-ups list is like your hot leads, right? Your other three lists, you're just connecting, staying in touch, building relationships, having conversations, and you put your hot leads over on your follow-ups list. So let me give you an example. I'm talking to Susan. I messaged her, it's been since high school. I suspect that that's actually much farther back for me than Susan, but that's okay. We'll pretend that we went to the same high school. So we're reconnecting and we're talking, catching up. And she's like, oh my gosh, great to hear from you. How are you? And so it's like just trying to like create a conversation. So ask people questions, have a conversation. Well, what are you guys up to? Oh my gosh, what are you doing these days? Do you have, I saw your family on Facebook. They're gorgeous. You have a beautiful family. Are you guys doing anything fun this summer? Just having a conversation. Just having a conversation. What I'm trying to do in the conversation is recruit her to my team, right? No, not really. What I'm trying to do is just have a conversation, get caught up and listen. I'm looking for ways that I can help her. Okay. I'm looking for ways that I can help her. I'm looking for things that are bothering her. Maybe I can help her with, or if are hearing passions that she has, maybe I can help her. Does this make sense? Because my goal is to contribute to this relationship first and foremost. Okay. Now, as we're getting caught up, by the way, people always ask me, what do I do? My conversations fizzle quickly. I'm going to give you guys my secret script. This isn't in Teamzy, but this one is so simple and it works amazing. Are you ready? Write this down. It's like 10 words. It's super short. When they're like, thanks for reaching out, and they send you like the thumbs up emoticon or whatever, and it's fizzling out, you just ask this question. So what have you been up to? Send me an update. So what have you been up to? Send me an update. And you put a little exclamation point and a smiley face. So what have you been up to? Send me an update. My business partner with Teamzy, he was my mentor for many years in my professional career, Mike Lopez. He's like the expert at engaging questions. And one of the things that he taught me is that people don't actually answer questions, they answer directives. So ask them a question and follow up with a command. Okay? What have you been up to? Send me an update. It's interesting, right? Same thing with your kids. How was your day at school? Tell me one thing that happened that was cool, right? So like you have to, or otherwise it's just, you get a one-word answer. All right. So as I'm talking to her and we're getting caught up and she's telling me her update, she says there's reciprocity in a conversation. What about you, Eric? What have you been up to? Now I'm going to guess what I'm going to tell her all about. My Isagenix life. Now, let's say she doesn't ask. Some people don't ask. This is kind of interesting. I've learned this over the years. Some people want to tell you all about them, but they don't really ask about you. But it's okay for you just to jump in and tell them anyways, because that's normal in a conversation like this, okay? Well, let me tell you about me, Susan. You know, I know it's been forever since we talked. I actually recently I recently lost 62 pounds in like just a few months. And it changed my life because I was so unhealthy, and suddenly I feel like I have a new lease on life, and it's been kind of amazing. She's, wow, that's good for you. Okay. This is actually my story, by the way. This is actually something I would have said. And you know what I found is it was so life-changing for me. I found I'm really passionate about helping other people do it. So I actually full time now, that's what I do. I help people get healthy and lose weight. And it's been incredibly rewarding. Good for you. Yeah, it's been awesome. I actually left my job. It's been 4 years since I left my job. I'm home now full time with my family. And I get to do this for a living, helping other people. So, you know, I'm going to share with her what I'm doing. It's totally natural in a conversation like this. Does this make sense? This has nothing to do with, would you like to buy these products or anything? It's like, what are you doing? If in the time since I talked to Susan, I went to veterinarian school and became a vet, would I share that with her? Yeah. I'm a vet now. I have a passion for animals. I help animals. Wow, that's so cool. When you share people, and write this down, you guys, when you share what you do and why you're passionate about it, share what you do and why you're passionate about it. People's response will always be, wow, cool. That's cool. Great for you. Good for you. Okay. How many of you would have liked all your responses to Isagenix of being, wow, good for you? If you do it that way, that will be their response. Then you can ask, then I could ask, you know, I'm listening. As I'm telling her the story, I'm listening for how enthusiastic she is about it. Wow, you lost 60 pounds? Wow, I need to lose weight or whatever. You'll hear things like that. And I can just ask her, well, would you like to learn more about what I did? Or would you like more information about what I'm doing? I'd be happy to give you some. Okay? Just ask them, would you like to learn more about what I'm doing? And she could say, if she says yes, I'll show you what to do in a second. You're going to invite her to something and put her in Teamzy on your follow-ups list. Okay? If she says, no, thanks, Eric, I'm not really interested in learning about that right now, but I'm really happy for you that you found that. Great. No big deal. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to stay in touch with Susan, but I'm going to plant the seed. When she says, no, thanks, I'm not really interested, I'm going to go, okay, no worries. Hey, you know what? It was really great to reconnect with you today. I really enjoyed talking to you. And do me a favor, would you, if you do come across people who have struggling with their health or their weight, would you connect us? Because I'm on a mission to help as many people as I can. Sure, I'll connect you with those people. Awesome, thanks. Talk to you, you know, let's stay in touch. I'll talk to you later. Boom, she goes back into my Teamzy flow. 3 months later, I'll message her again. Hey, it's been a while. What are you up to now? Staying in touch, building the relationship over time, okay? The people who aren't interested, you plant a seed, you move on. Now, what's cool is after you've had a conversation with somebody, they are very likely to follow you on social media actively now. So you're continuing to share with them that way. When Susan says, yeah, I'd like more information. Sorry, I'm probably over giving you guys too much training on this, but it's okay. When she says yes, what I'm going to do is I'm going to invite her to something. Okay. I'm going to invite her to try some products. I'm going to invite her to an event, right? So let's just do an example. So she says, wow, that sounds really great, Eric. I wish I could leave my job. My boss is a big jerk. And, you know, that sounds great. You know, I would like to learn more about that. Okay, great. Susan, are you going to be around tonight? Don't worry, I'm not coming over. My team's doing an event on Facebook. You can tune in your pajamas. But if you're going to be around, I can send you the link. You can learn all about what I'm doing. You just tune in. I'll send you the Facebook link. She says, oh, that sounds great. Okay, perfect. So I'm going to now invite her. This is just an example. I'm going to invite her to like a live Facebook event, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to look her up in Teamzy because she's not on my dashboard anymore, right? I've already messaged her. So I'm just going to put in part of her name. There she is. She's going to come right up. That takes me to her record. I'm going to open the connect box. And right here in the bottom left of the connect, see where it says invite? I'm going to click on that. Okay. So now I'm going to move this off connect, which was just I'm having conversations. And now I'm going to invite her to something. So let's say I'm going to take her, let's call this an opportunity call. So now I'm logging in Teams and I'm inviting her to an opportunity call. Let's call it a Facebook live opportunity call. Okay. And you'll notice right here, see this little calendar? Teamzy's now put her on my follow-ups list because I logged in an invite. So it's going to follow up in 2 days. Okay. You can actually change this to any day in the future you want. Let me change it to tomorrow because in our example, it's tonight. And what I'm going to tell Susan is, by the way, here's a little pro tip. Tell somebody you'll follow up and tell them when you'll follow up and then actually do it. If you do that, then you've kept a promise. Your follow-up isn't annoying that way. It's a promise kept. So she says, awesome, send me the link. Perfect. Well, I'll send you the link. I'll follow up, check in with you tomorrow, Susan, and see if you have any questions. Perfect. That sounds great. So now I'm logging it in Teamzy. Look at this. Watch. Let's say I'm going to send that via Facebook. Log connect. Notice there's now a follow-up set for tomorrow on her record. So let me go to the dashboard and show you what happened. First off, it logged an invite. That was one of my goals, was to invite 3 people today. And it's now moved her over to my follow-ups list. And that's due tomorrow. You guys see how easy that is? So now she's on my follow-ups list. So when I do my power hour tomorrow, I connect with my prospects, just like I showed you, whoever's up next, then my customers, whoever's up next, then my associates, whoever's up next. Then I go to my follow-ups list and see who's due. Susan will be due, so I'm going to send her a follow-up. I do it the exact same way. Look, I'm going to go to scripts. By the way, my follow-up scripts are in here for you. So I'm going to grab follow-up number 1. Hi, Jane, just checking in like I promised I would. What questions do you have for me? Super simple. And that's what I'm going to send her for the follow-up number 1. Just put the right name in there. Okay, so easy. All right. The key is not to spend too much time thinking about this stuff, just getting it out. There she is. I wonder why my internet is so slow. Sorry, guys. My kids are probably streaming on every device in the house. There we go. Even with slow internet, I can still do it in less than 10 seconds. Boom. Follow-up is sent. Now, I'm going to log this in Teamzy, but I want to set the next follow-up. So let's set a new one, let's say in 2 days from now, so that she stays on my follow-ups list. So always set the next follow-up. Keep her there. Okay? So easy. Was that easy? So your power hour is prospects, customers, associates, follow-ups. And in the middle, you have conversations, and you look for opportunities to invite people. Now, really quick, I just want to talk to you about follow-ups really quick. Okay? How many of you know the fortunes in the follow-up? You've heard this before. I want you guys to understand something important. This is where most people in our business blow it. Okay? This is, again, I'm going to give you another statistic that is known to be true. 80% of all sales happen between the 7th and 10th follow-up. 80% of all sales happen between the 7th and 10th follow-up, which means if you're following up 3 or 4 times, you're missing out on more than 80% of your opportunity. You need to follow up more. How many people follow up typically 10 times every time they get a lead? Anybody? I got a couple people. Susan's using Teamzy, so she's got the system already nailed. But here's what I want you guys to understand. Most of you are like, oh my gosh, I never want to do that. I would be so, people would hate me. How many of you are worried about being annoying if you follow up that much? I know all of you feel that way, even if you're not raising your hand. It's okay. I want you guys to understand how many, let me just see by show of hands, who really believes these products and this business opportunity can change lives. And that's why you're passionate about it. How many of you are in this because you want to help people change their lives? Awesome. Almost everybody raised their hand. If it's true, and it is, that people aren't purchasing until they've been followed up, 80% of the time they don't purchase unless they followed up 7 or 10 times. You need to understand, it doesn't matter how good Isagenix is. If you don't follow up, you're not going to help them. True? The only thing you have to offer is your follow-up in the beginning. So I want you guys to understand this. If you're like me, and most of you raise your hands, you're in this because you love people and you want to help them. You need to realize that following up is an act of love. Following up is an act of love. I even recommend you write that down somewhere, like on a sticky note, put it on your computer screen, put it on the mirror where you brush your teeth. Remind yourself that following up is an act of love. This is how we actively help people. We have to get them through that first step before we can really help them. Does it make sense? Now, here's the good news. I'm going to teach you real quick how to follow up 10 times and never be annoying. People will thank you for it. How many of you want to learn how to do that? It's very easy. If you follow up the right way, it's not annoying. If you follow up the way most people teach, it is annoying. People will be bothered by you. You don't want that. Okay, so here's your principles, 2 principles. First off, my follow-up scripts are in Teamzy. Even in your free trial, you have full access to those. They're numbered 1 through 10. So just do those in order. Don't even overthink it. But I'll teach you the principles behind them. The principle number 1 for following up without being annoying is this. When you follow up with somebody, don't ask them to do anything. Don't ask them to even respond. They don't need to call you back or leave you a message or text you or finish purchasing what they left in the cart or RSVPing for your event. Like, don't ask them to do anything in your follow-up, okay? If you had a great conversation with them, they know the call to action. Your follow-up they just need to see it, okay? Don't ask them to do anything. The number 2 principle is this. Your follow-ups need to be short and they need to be able to read them. Okay, so no voice messages, no video messages. They have to be read. Text message, Facebook Messenger, any direct message, but it has to be short. Now, I want you guys to understand why. It has to be short enough that they can read it without opening it. Okay? Becky's getting this already. I can tell by her face. She's smiling at me. Your message never comes at the right moment. Have you noticed that when you get a message, it's never at the right moment? I mean, you've got like kids screaming, whatever. You're driving the car, the baby's painting the dog with nail polish. I don't know. Something's always happening when you get the message, which means you're not going to respond to that message right now. There's no way you're going to respond to that message. However, we are drawn to it. We want to know what it says. And so what you want to do to make it easy on people is you want them to be able to grab their phone and quickly read the whole message in an instant from the lock screen of the phone without opening it. Okay? Now, if you keep your messages short, sweet, don't ask them to do anything, and they can read it on the lock screen of their phone, people love it because they feel connected to you, even though they can't respond, even though they can't get engaged in the conversation, and that's all you need. Does this make sense? But if your message is too long and now they have to open it to read it, they're annoyed because they can't respond right now, and they don't want you to see that read receipt. They don't want to feel like a jerk for not responding to you. Okay? The same is true of like voice messages. A lot of people like to do a voice message. The problem with the voice message is if you've got kids or if you're working, you can't listen to it. Right? How many of you have small kids? Let me just see. Anybody have young kids like under 10? Does anybody have kids under 10? Have you noticed that if you take your phone and go like this, have you noticed how they come running out of the walls like banshees? Like, oh my gosh, the most competitive thing in the world. Like, I have to talk to you right now about the fact that I need a different flavor of fruit strip immediately. Like, I'm on the phone. It's like they know. My wife will go outside in the yard to make a phone call, and they will be like, where's mom? Like, she's on the phone. It's like, so don't make people have to listen to a message. Okay, make them read it. So those are the 2 principles. Here's what will happen. If you follow up with people, and that's how you do it, you follow those 2 principles, or just use my scripts in Teamzy, you can follow up 10 times, and what'll happen is most people, now 20% of the people will respond within 3. Those are the people you're already closing. Okay? Most people though won't. And so you'll go five follow-ups, nothing but crickets. How many of you have had people excited and you're like, they're not responding, I don't know why? You know, after 3 or 4 is when you start inventing explanations to make yourself okay with the fact that they're not responding. And all of that's not true. Like, oh, the husband's a jerk, or they don't have any money, or whatever. No, you're making all that up. Most people won't respond at all till maybe the 6th. That's when most people respond the first time. The 6th follow-up. And usually that first response will be something like this. I'm so sorry I haven't responded to your messages. Thank you so much for staying in touch. They'll thank you for it. I guarantee you guys, they will thank you for this process. And then when they have that first response, now you've re-engaged them in the conversation. So just know, as you're having conversations with people in Teamzy, you're going to get people interested in learning more. Put them on your follow-ups list. Some of those will convert right away. Some of those will take a while. You just keep them on your follow-ups list. And when you get to your follow-ups list, you just send them the next message. Just keep going down the list. Don't overthink it. It's a system. And as you go through this system, you're building relationships. You're enjoying the process. You're going to be amazed at how you light people up by connecting them with them this way, but it'll be consistent. You'll qualify every single month. You'll hit your bonuses every single month. It'll be so consistent as you grow. So let me just give you guys a couple of action steps real quick on this, and then I'll do Q&A if you've got questions. Oh, that's the wrong screen share. Hold on a second. That's Teamzy. I want to show you this. All right, so here's your action steps. Go to Teamzy.com, get your 30-day free trial started. It's a no-brainer, it's free. Look, even if you're brand new and you don't have a single penny to your name, you go use Teamzy for 30 days, you're gonna generate some business. Okay, you're gonna generate some business. After the 30 days is up, Teamzy's $29.99 a month. That's less than $1 a day to have your business planned every single day, okay? For those of you who truly fall in love during your 30-day free trial, you can even sign up for a year and save a couple months. So go to Teamzy.com, get your 30-day free trial. I highly recommend you get a success partner to do your trial with you. Find somebody on the team and say, hey, let's do this together. Let's hold each other accountable to doing this. Because if you're like me, it's really easy to sign up for something and never use it. But if you have a success partner driving you and you agree to do it together, what you can do is you can screenshot each day as you complete your action steps. You can send it to each other and say, here you go, I did mine. You guys will drive each other to get so much done, okay? And then finally, I'm gonna give you one more action step. I'm going to give you, oh wait, I'm sorry. Discount, I put this on here. I forgot this was on here. For those of you who want to go deeper with Teamzy, we do have an Elite Business Bootcamp coming up in July. Just keep an eye out for that. You'll get information via email on that. For you guys though, for most of you who are just brand new, really what I want you to do, I'm going to give you one more action step, and that is a 5-day challenge. I'm going to give you a 5-day challenge. Okay. Here's what I want you to do in 5 days in a row. I want you to do Teamzy for 5 days in a row. And over those 5 days, I want you to connect and reach out to 100 people. That's 20 a day. Okay. And that includes your prospects, your customers, and your team, just 20 people in general, each day for 5 days straight. Here's what will happen to you. You'll be overwhelmed with how many conversations you can create in 5 days. I want you guys to understand that you can actually get quick results doing this. Obviously, over time, it's gonna be steady and great, but I want you to know you can create momentum right now. How many of you need some momentum in your business right now? So if you take the 5-day challenge, like get into Teamzy, get a success partner, go, let's do it. Let's start on Monday through Friday, 20 people a day. It'll only take you 30 minutes to do it or less. But get all those conversations started so that you can feel, wow, this is amazing how much energy I can create. Okay, awesome. Okay, you guys, so if you have questions, I'll stay on, I know I've been talking for a long time. If you have questions, I'm happy to answer them. Just unmute, ask away. I'll be happy to take anything you got.
I'll go first. Ty, thank you for your time. You'd already kind of answered this, but I'm just going to make sure. I am a moron with technology. Susan told me about this a month ago. And so I started the free trial. I guess I uploaded, or I started putting like the contacts in, and I completely screwed it up. And again, I was following the videos and I still messed it up. I got frustrated and I quit. So you mentioned, I just went on your Facebook page and I just sent a message saying, yeah, if someone can help me, I will happily pay anyone any amount of money to just freaking do it for me. I don't want to do it. To set it up, please. And then I'm on board, $30 a month, done and done. I just can't do it. I won't do it. So help me and I will help you.
Okay, so I'm going to put a link up right now in the chat, and I want you to copy it. Hold on, let me just pull up my notes here and get it for you. You can actually get this link from the Teamzy homepage too, but you're also going to, someone will respond to you from,
Okay.
let's see, I've got it. I don't want it private. I want everyone. Okay, so this link right here is a Calendly scheduling link.
Cool.
Click that, choose a time that works for you. You'll get a one-on-one Zoom with someone on my team. You can give them control of your computer remotely. So you,
Perfect.
So you log into your back office, you log into Facebook, you log into Teamzy. And they'll go in and they'll pull your team, they'll pull your customers, put them in there, they'll pull your Facebook and put it in there, they'll do it all for you.
Yes, please.
The truth is, Colleen, is you don't have to know, that's not a skill you need to build this business. I don't have the skill of uploading contacts into Teamzy. You don't need that skill. You have a team for that.
It's so bad. I hate it.
You just need it, Okay, so let me just tell you a little story. So I've been coaching, I told you guys I've been coaching people for 16 years. We didn't have Teamzy. It was all by hand. And so, and it still is for some of my, I still have I come from the real estate industry. That's who I worked with, was real estate teams, big real estate teams. And I still have a couple of real estate teams that we work with just because it's fun. And what we did with them was we get your lists together, right? And we would literally, with highlighters, like the 5-star system, I'd be like, this highlighter color is your favorite people. These are the people you like a little less. And we'd have them highlight lists. And then we'd have them hire an assistant for $40,000 a year to put the list on the desk every day for them. Here's who you're going to connect with today. So this is your assistant basically for almost nothing. It's automated for you. Does that make sense? But so even the best people that I talk to, they always needed an assistant to do this stuff for them. That's cool. When you're starting your business, you are the assistant and the owner and the everything else. But as you get going, so here's a little side note I want you guys to understand. You're business owners now. You got to start thinking like business owners. You have to invest in your business. Now, where you invest in your business, these are the two things I want you to look at as far as return on investment. Does this investment buy me time? Does this investment make me money? Okay. Does this investment buy me time, and does this investment make me money? In the beginning, when you don't have a lot of money, you end up investing a lot of time, right? Because you're like, I don't have money, so I have to invest time. And it's like, it's hard. That's why starting business is sometimes hard, because it feels like it takes a lot of time. But once you get going, you realize your time is incredibly valuable. So you start investing in things like Teamzy to save you a ton of time. Does that make sense? So Colleen, this is an example too. The teams there, just leverage our time, and we'll get everything in there, and then you can start rocking.
Happy to do it. Thank you.
Who else has a question for me?
I do, if nobody's asking. Is there like a vacation mode that you can click because I'm like the type of person, I need to make sure that my things are complete. And if I have like a day that I'm trying to take off and I know that it's there, I'm going to want to go and do it, So is there like a way that like I have like I have a day of.
There is not a vacation. There's not a vacation mode, but Susan, what I want you to know is that the Teamzy income goal, it's based on a 250-day year. Not a 365-day year. So why is that? Okay. So we assume that you'll take at least one great vacation, and that you'll have, that you take the weekends off.
That's awesome. So, that is so good to know.
Yeah, it's a 250-day year. So what happens is you take, like yesterday was Father's Day. I was like, I'm not doing anything. This is the one day of the year that my wife is like, you can just do whatever you want today. And I'm like, great. So you don't do anything on that day. It's fine. Teamzy, the list will just stay the same. It doesn't build up on you. Does that make sense? It just waits for you.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's great. But your follow-ups will build up if you have follow-ups that are due on that day.
Your follow-ups will build up because they're set for a specific time. Yeah.
Right.
So one thing I want you guys to know is that if you do fall behind, in other words, for all of you who are human beings, you get in teams and you fall behind a few days, what you don't need to do is go catch up. You don't have to catch up. Yeah, you may have to catch up on some follow-ups that are due, but as far as you're connecting on your power hour, you just need to do today's power hour. That's the best thing to do. Imagine you're in a workout program. How many of you guys try to work out a few days a week? Imagine if you're working out 5 days a week and then you have a crazy week and you don't work out Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday. Has that ever happened to you guys? How many of you do all 5 workouts on Friday? No way, right? So you don't have to do your business that way either. The most important thing is like, okay, today I need to do my work. And the more often you can do that, the more consistent you can be with just doing what you need to do today. That's how you build an amazing business. You know, I have a story for everything, right? I have a story for everything. When I was getting married to my wife, Lisa, a good friend of mine, Will, who was a friend of mine and a pastor who married us, he said, hey, let's go. He took me on a series of hikes to make sure that I was prepared to be a good husband. It was really cool, right? So we're hiking up this mountain and he says, hey, you know, I just want to talk to you a little bit about the marriage commitment. I said, okay, fine. I knew this was coming, right? He says, when you marry somebody, you are not committing to them for life. What? What do you mean? He says, this is not a lifetime commitment. I go, I'm really confused right now. He goes, marriage is a daily commitment. It's a daily commitment. He goes, you need to be the best husband you can be today, not 20 years from now, today. And every day you recommit. Every day you recommit to your daily commitment. He goes, that's the secret. And it was really impactful to me. And every day, you know, during my devotional time, I ask for strength to be the best husband I can be today. Your business building is the same thing, you guys. Today, I want to be the best leader. Today, I commit to my business. I'm committed to my business today. Teamzy is designed around that concept. Today, your power hour today. The one thing you need to do today is that's it. Do your power hour. Okay, you fall off the wagon, you recommit today. Does this make sense? That's where you're going to find success. It's not always sexy, but over time it compounds and it's like, wow, you're amazing. You know, people tell me all the time how incredibly blessed I am. And they're right. I am blessed, but I also do the work. The blessing's there for you. You got to do the work. You do your half, the rest is there. Make sense? Okay, next question. Sorry, I keep preaching on you guys. It's all good. Any other questions for today? I know it's been a lot of information.
I have one. I don't know if she's on or she'll ask, but I had a gal that just started. Oh, there, she's going to ask. Go ahead, Erica. It was your question that I was going to ask, or I think what your question will be.
Oh, let's see. Well, I did actually, I don't know. It was weird because when I first put in my first goal, I put it at 50,000. And so it was coming back with the 3 contacts and the 3 connects and 2 this and 1 that or whatever.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, well, I can do this. This is easy. So yeah. I upped my income in order to up my connects. I guess, is that what they're called?
Yeah.
And for some reason it didn't update. It didn't up it. And so even though I swear I updated it like a week ago, it never changed my numbers.
Yeah.
But hey, I just tried it again while we were on the call, and lo and behold, it changed the numbers.
Okay.
So
good.
I must have done something incorrectly. But I did have a question, more so, maybe a suggestion if you guys could figure out how to make it work. But one of the things that I've been trying to work on lately is, if I have, let's say I have a power post, and there's sometimes where I can get 150 likes or, 100 comments on a post.
Yeah.
And I've been asking my husband, which is he's an IT guy, hey, I want a way to be able to get everybody that liked my post and commented on my post into some list so that I can easily follow up with them, even if it's just the, hey, thanks for supporting my post.
Yeah.
Is there any way that you guys could, would you ever consider, or have you looked into seeing if there was some way that you could do that to where it would make those follow-ups easy within Teamzy?
Well, they're easy to do in Teamzy, but pulling that data off Facebook is something that would be a violation of your Facebook license.
Oh, okay.
and you do not want to get thrown off Facebook. So any sort of scraping of data off Facebook, there are apps that do it. We don't touch it because Facebook could say you're not supposed to be doing that and just throw your Facebook account away. And that for a lot of you would be debilitating on your business, right? So as far as scraping the data, it's easy to do it, but Facebook explicitly prohibits it. So we don't mess with it because we do not want to get in the way of your guys' ability to use Facebook. Facebook allows us to export your contact list because that's something they do in a service that they offer. However, you know, what I would do is, as far as following up with those people in Teamzy, Erica, is you could use the tag. Have you figured out how to use tags yet? Tags are awesome. You can add tags to people's profile, which creates a list. So you could create a tag that was, you know, Power Post 617 could be your tag. And you could go in and you could quickly tag all the people on that list. And then you click on the tag and it gives you the list. So you could go through and say, you know, you could connect with people. Hey, thanks for the like, you know, whatever. So tags are a way that you can really organize yourself to do that sort of thing, if that makes sense, in Teamzy. So hopefully that answers the question.
Yeah, it does. It's just that pain in the butt of trying to, you know, as you said, I mean, you know, and I guess I never would have thought that it would be illegal for Facebook. I mean, somebody commented on your post, so why can't you make a list to send them a message? But I mean, I guess in a way it makes sense. It's just that pain in the butt. It's just, it just kills me to sit there and like, you know,
these are positive
figure
problems.
out the 100 people.
How many of you guys think that she's pretty blessed to have 100 comments on her post?
Right.
It's a positive problem. It's all good. It's all good.
I know.
It's all good. All right, one more question, then I'm going to bless you guys, send you on your way. Any other ones? Okay, well, hopefully this was really helpful to you guys. Obviously, I wanted to give you a little more training than just how to use Teams tonight because it's what I love to do. But I just want you guys to know that we're excited to have you as part of our Teamzy family. We're super excited to be partnering up with you guys and your network. We think you're awesome. So go in and get your 30-day free trial started. Let your team members know to watch this replay because you guys will have it tomorrow, so they can get in there too. God bless you. Thank you again for having me tonight, Susan. I really appreciate the opportunity. Have a great night, everyone.
Thank you so much. Take care.